Hey everybody, it's Zay here from the Zaybytes YouTube channel. Wait, I forgot to fast fetch. Much better. Linux Mint. Linux Mint is actually kind of boring, but before y'all hate on me, this is not a Linux Mint hate video. It's actually quite the opposite. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, and also quick recap. The first OS that I installed was Zorin OS. Good for beginners, but it's actually quite heavy for older computers. I main a 2015 Macbook instead of my beefy gaming computer. Why I decided to switch to Linux is because what do you mean I can have OBS recording, I can have this many tabs open on my browser, 1.4 gigabytes. And I did that about a month ago. Oh, and the frames I get on Minecraft is very smooth, ranging anywhere from 160 to 200 FPS on an old MacBook. You know, Zorin OS uses GNOME, which is actually kind of heavy for older computers. Mint uses Cinnamon. Well, it actually has a lot more flavors like XFCE if you want to go very light. Mate, which is a continuation of GNOME 2, which was the Linux Mint default desktop between 2006 and 2011. I'm going to be installing the Cinnamon edition because it's the one that I'm very interested in, and a lot of you guys were recommending me. I've seen countless comments of you guys recommending me this. And this looks very familiar to me. It looks like Windows because I've been using Windows for my entire life. Without further ado, let's just click on download. Installation guide. I don't think we need to worry about the installation guide. It's probably just, you know, hitting a few buttons and then that's it. To do CD, downloads, 22.3 Cinnamon. Okay, let me just copy that. I actually don't know where I put my USB. Wait, let me find. Also, in my last video, I installed Dragonfly BSD on my old laptop, but I decided to wipe out the disk and install Linux Mint because I'm bored. I'm thinking of starting a series where I fit as many operating systems as I can on this old laptop. This is actually taking quite a bit to flash it, but if you guys have any suggestions on which OS I should install, any OS by the way, Mint is done flashing. Let's go to my 2011 laptop and hope it doesn't almost burn my entire house like last time. A lot of you guys were asking me to show more of my cat, so here he is. He really likes to play with my finger for some reason, like bro. So this is the ZBook Air. Yes, I name my laptops. Goodbye. Hello, Dell Inspirion N4050. Let me know in the comments what I should name this, guys. The install is very straightforward and easy. Just hit Start Linux Mint and this will pop up. Just wait for a bit. This kind of reminds me of those Arch-based distros when it first starts. Now when you boot it into the menu, it looks very familiar already. It looks like Windows. And here's the Start menu. If you want to install Linux Mint, just go into the top left and hit that. And then you're greeted with this. Just select your language. I'm going to select English. Default keyboard layout because I just used the normal keywording. Install multimedia drivers just in case videos don't work. And then I'm selecting my time zone. You select your own time zone. And then for this, I'm going to use a very secure password, by the way. And after that, Linux Mint install is done after a few clicks. I have OBS working without no problems. It just works. Never in my life have I used Linux Mint, but this already looks very familiar. We have the browser here, command prompt or terminal, and the file explorer. If you hit the super key or the Windows button, this appears, which is the start menu. This is the system settings menu. It looks like Mac OS's system menu, I'm not even gonna lie. Mint L, X, and Y. Let's try L. That looks way better. So my goal for this video is like something I'd use. Playing a few games that I normally play. Use the PC like a normal person. Updating the system is as easy as searching Update Manager and then just go and apply the update. I'm gonna look for some wallpapers because my first goal is to make the system look like something that I'd use. One website that I use is Wallhaven, but there are some really sus wallpapers here, so I'm gonna filter that. What the frick? I found the wallpaper that I like. It's Dune's Night. And I think I want to install this one because it has the Death Star and I really like Star Wars. How easy is it to take a screenshot? What if I press print screen? It's literally that easy. What if I want to select an area to take a screenshot? Shift print screen. Oh, what? That's that easy. What the hell? There's also an image viewer. I can rotate it like this. Edit. Copy, flip horizontally, flip vertically. If I want to take a screenshot and send it to my friend on Discord. Yep, see, oh, Discord is in the software manager. And just like that, Discord is installed. I'm gonna log in and see if it works. Typing was a bit laggy, but it works. Oh, and I can tweak the display settings. I can change the resolution, but I like to keep it here because if I move down, it's gonna be very bad. 40 Hz and 60 Hz. I don't understand why you would want to go to 40 Hz. The default font is Ubuntu Regular. Oh, no wonder the font looks a bit familiar. Change this to JetBrains. Oh, it's not installed. Create a local fonts directory if it doesn't exist. Refresh the fonts, and I think now if I go into settings, the font selection, I think the font will be there. It's Mono Regular as my default font. Okay, now I want to install a different terminal. I'm going to use Kitty as my terminal. Oh yes, it's there. Let's go. Yes. The background opacity underscore opacity 0.7. The background opacity should be semi-transparent. Yep, see, it works. Theme. Tokyo night themes are actually really great. Ooh, what? Oh, they can snap windows into place. Okay, that's pretty cool. And it makes this like sound. I'm actually addicted to it. Let's do it again. How to install fastfetch Linux Mint. I forgot to type in the T. I need to do this first. Apt install fastfetch. Works, let's go. I think the background opacity is a little bit too transparent. I'm not using a blur effect, so 0.7 is actually way too transparent. I'm just gonna set it to 0.9. And fastfetch. Hell yeah, it works now. Images work! Oh wait, it still says Arch, by the way. I have not customize that, so I'm gonna go back to the config, and I'm going to change, by the way, to mint, by the way. If I type in fast fetch, it says mint, by the way. I'm gonna customize the taskbar. An app that I'm gonna be installing is Plank. I'm gonna make the dock look a bit like macOS's dock because I just kind of like the aesthetic. Oh, and setting up the dock is actually very easy. Enable icon zoom. Probably looks like what a normal person would use on their desktop, right? Installing Steam is actually as easy as just hitting a few buttons, and now it's installing. Okay, the font looks a bit weird here, but Steam works, I guess. Okay, it actually works while I'm recording, and when my computer is actually screaming for help. The fans is crazy right now. You know, I've been playing this game a lot and I've been enjoying it. I enjoy Hollow Knight Silksong and Hollow Knight, which I've both completed. I haven't completed Blasphemous though. Now I want to try Minecraft, because that's the other game that I play. For the launcher, I'm going to be using Modrinth Launcher, installing a lot of mods to help with the performance. Minecraft was not a playable experience, well, because this laptop is basically almost 15 years old at this point. Wasn't playable at all, but let's do some things that normal people usually do. You see, Linux Mint comes with LibreOffice, which is an open source Microsoft Office alternative. This actually does not look too different from Microsoft Office. I would definitely use this. This is basically Microsoft Office. You can just type stuff and yeah, it's basically Microsoft Word. Now, what about watching YouTube videos? Well, it's not at the best quality, of course, because I'm recording, and if I'm recording, it'll actually just freak out my entire PC and it'll crash. But streaming videos is absolutely no problem. Well, I do recommend Linux Mint if you want to try out Linux. It's one of the best distros if you want to start out using Linux.